Good morning. How is everybody today? I'm East Coast Pete. Welcome to my show, How Rock is Saved. My last show, I talked about Arena, and I promised you to go to another land. And what I was talking about was with KINO. This is a rock band from Russia. They're from Leningrad. And they began playing in 1982. Viktor Tsoi was the singer-songwriter and members of the two earlier groups that no one ever heard of before calling themselves KINO. They were Garin I. Geiper Boloidi, named after Tolstoy's novel The Hyperboloid of Engineer Garin, Alersk's Rybin guitar, and Oleg Valinsky on drums, and the trio was set. But Valinsky got drafted and Boris Grebencherov was added. They played at the Leningrad Rock Club. This place was overseen by the KGB and was Leningrad's first legal rock venue. The debut album, 45, was released in 1982. Greb suggested that members of the other band, Aquarium, assist in the recording. These were a cellist, a flautist, and a bassist, but no drums. They used a drum machine, a very early one. Themes were romanticizing urban life and poetry. KINO was not satisfied with the result compared to Western studios. Their recording sound was crude. In 1982, KINO attempted a second LP at the studio of Mali Drama Theater with drummer Val Kirillin and sound engineer Andrew Kuskoff. The album was not completed. Rybin left. In 1994, Nashelnik Kamachki was the second album. The album's name was inspired by Choi's job as a boilerplate operator. Greb produced again, and he brought in his friends this time. A minimalist approach was used despite all of the instruments. Kasparian used a fuzz box for the first time. Choi was more satisfied with this album, but said there's room for improvement. Their popularity grew as they toured, and that's not easy to do in such a large country. All shows were under close supervision of the state security forces. I'm thinking that means no doobies. Titoff would leave to play full-time with Aquarium. He was replaced by jazz guitarist Igor Tikhomarov. The album Knock was released consisting of unreleased tracks from uncompleted studio work, and it sold 2 million copies and brought fame to the band. But they didn't like it at all. They got very little profit, and the underground rock press was also highly critical. In 1986, KINO played at the 4th Festival Rock Club and won grand prize for their song From Now On, We'll Be in Charge. That summer, they played at the Moscow Palace of Culture Engineering along with Aquarium and Alisa, another Russian hard rock band that was making waves. Afterwards, the three bands released a compilation album which sold 10,000 copies in California. First Soviet rock in the West. In 1986, Choi was now acting in movies, but continued to write songs for KINO. The film Needle brought the band to the apex of their popularity. The next album, Grupa Krovi, which means blood type, was a success. Kasparian married American Joanna Stingray, who brought the group high-quality equipment from abroad, and this made the new album on a par with European and American recordings. The album was acclaimed in the West, where it had been released by Capitol. And KINO performed on Central Soviet TV and in the film Asa, about Russian rock. Choi performed his song Kachu Paramen, which means I want change. This gave Soviet youth a new spirit of hope. KINO would now play all over the Eastern Bloc and even in some foreign countries. In 1989, the new album Zvesta Pomeni Solcha, which means a star called the sun, was a lonely, introspective, and sad work. It was dramatic and artistic. At this time, KINO decided to form a separate pop band to perform their more light-hearted songs, and KINO would continue with Choi's introspective ideas. In 1990, Choi died in a car crash while returning from a fishing trip. The remaining members finished an album he had begun as a tribute to him. It was called Chori Album, which means the Black Album. It had an all-black sleeve, and after that the band ended. They reunited on what would have been Choi's 50th birthday. In 2012, they recorded the song Ataman, which has been left off the Chori album. KINO was not overtly political except for the recurring theme of freedom. Choi said his songs were art and that he did not wish to engage in journalism. But because of the influence on other Russian bands and on Russian youth especially, the effect was highly political and journalistic as well. The music of KINO changed the world. I don't mean to say that lightly. The Boiler Room, where Choi once worked, is now a museum and a place of pilgrimage for Russian rock fans. How about that? Russia. Get after it, man. Hope to see you over here someday as friends. Thanks for being with me on How Rock is Saved. See you soon.